Hi, this is Fix My Fibro, and my name's Bernadette. I've just been out swimming, doing a little bit of exercise, and I know exercise is really hard for you when you're having full blown symptoms that are not being treated. So I had to change my exercise from being physical running, sports that were really physical and weight bearing, to going into a swimming pool where it was more supportive, having spas, relaxing more, and, basically doing much more passive exercise. But what we get with exercise, if you do too much exercise, you will get edema or fluid retention. So this would have been 15 years ago, I would go to the gym, sit on the exercise bike, and if I did any more than 40 minutes, 20 minutes on the exercise bike, 20 minutes walking on the treadmill, when I was still doing more physical exercise, like more weight-bearing exercise, now I just do swimming, I would notice my hands would puff up, this part of the skin. My hands would get really fat and puffy, my feet, and I'd get severe pain in my kidneys, specifically my right kidney. And it was really frustrating. So I just learnt by those symptoms that doing more than half an hour, 40 minutes was too much for my body. It was setting off a disease process that would cause edema. And that is a symptom that isn't recognised in fibromyalgia. It's something that, even though I've managed my purine foods to limit my gout attacks and also low histamine so that I can go and exercise, you've got energy, you're not severely fatigued, you're not having chronic pains in all your joints. But exercise needs to be done in a cautious fashion and also in a moderate fashion, that you don't overdo it, because in MCAS, or that mast cell activation syndrome that I'm talking about and saying is part of our presentation, excessive exercise can cause a condition called rhabdomyolysis. RHABDOMYOLSIS. Rhabdomyolysis is a really nasty condition that basically liquefies your muscle cells. So your myoglobin gets released. So myoglobin is like hemoglobin is in your blood to help you breathe. It traps oxygen. Myoglobin is its chemical equivalent in your muscles. What happens in rhabdomyolysis is the kidneys excrete too much of a enzyme called CK, not Calvin Klein, creatine kinase. And when you get elevated levels of CK in your blood, it will liquefy your muscles and you basically turn into a jellyfish. It's a really nasty condition. I haven't suffered rhabdomyolysis, but it's linked to MCAS as a potential condition, but my father had it. When my father became elderly, he had repeated attacks of rhabdomyolysis. And the triggers were exercise, infections, if he got a basic infection. And, at one point he collapsed. And when the ambulances turned up, got him to hospital, did his CK levels, your CK levels in your blood should be 200 to 400 units per mil. What they were for him was 28,800. They couldn't believe he was alive because, what happens, it attacks your heart and you basically go into cardiac arrest and shuts down your organs. It's a really nasty condition. Rhabdomyolysis is linked to MCAS, is a potential. I don't know if any of you have suffered rhabdomyolysis. I've seen it in my family history, and it's something I'm very wary of with relation to exercise and over-exercising, because I don't want to trigger my mast cells to be having this kind of an onset of rhabdomyolysis or these severe edema attacks that do happen based on too much exercise. Exercise is good. It's really important for your heart and lung health, but it needs to be done in a moderate and controlled fashion.